Afro1 here, coming at you with a new Yu-Gi-Oh video. And in today's Yu-Gi-Oh video, we are going to be doing Konami Fix the Ban List, a segment on my channel where I talk about cards that I believe that should be semi-limited, banned, unlimited, all of the likes. Let's go over that again. Semi-limited, banned, unlimited, and limited. All of the likes of like that, where I just discuss cards that should be in these areas and basically give my thoughts and opinions on why they should be in these areas. And hopefully Konami listens and, you know, they actually do what I say. Sometimes I've been right, sometimes I've been wrong, sometimes a lot of times, but nonetheless I still want to talk about this and still do this. So today we're going to be talking about a card that really does need to be hit, that really does need to go, and really is a card that works in tandem with the Roingo decks that basically say, I'm going to win the game without even trying to play the game. And this card is Topologic Gumblar Dragon, and essentially this card is a card that says when a card is special summoned to a link marker, or if this is extra linked in an extra link, you discard 2 cards from your own hand, and then 2 cards from your opponent's hand. When they choose up random, for you it's up random, for your opponent they get to choose. So essentially, this is a card that says, I'm going to discard cards from your hand for no reason whatsoever, and make you have less cards on your own turn. Now, why essentially does this card need to go? Why does this card need to be banned? Yes, it should be banned. Well, it's because it essentially generates a 6-card hand loop in the game, which is not fair whatsoever, seeing as it works in tangent with not just its own sort of strategy, it works along the facts that it also goes with Roingo Boingo decks. So it basically enables the card. It's basically another route to go in a Roingo deck. If you can't essentially Roingo on the turn, then you will go for the 6-card hand loop instead, and essentially stop your opponent from playing the game in that sense, instead of the sense of essentially you make Roingo and they can't play the game. Now, there are a few things you actually need to be able to do to essentially 6-card hand loop. If you can't do these things, then it will be normally a 4-card hand loop, or even a 2-card, or 2 cards at least. But you will always be able to at least discard 2 to 4 cards with this card. And the things that you will need to be able to do this is a Neos connector to be able to summon an Aquadolph in the deck to be able to rob your opponent of 2 cards from their hand. Then you only need to go into the Gumblar Dragon and a way to summon a card on your opponent's turn to a linked zone. You need these 2 things, otherwise you can't 6-card hand loop. But still, the decks that play this, you always have access to these cards that allow you to summon during your opponent's turn and essentially have Aquadolph in access. And the decks that play these, a lot of you guys should know, are first, Dark Warrior, plays Neos Connector, goes into a Solde, goes through all the stuff, either makes Roingo or Gumblar hand loops, Aquadolphin for 2 cards, then 4 cards with the Gumblar Dragon. Heroes uses Mask Change to essentially do it on your opponent's turn, Neos Connector as well to discard 2 cards, and then discard 4 cards with your opponents. And Dark Warrior, I believe I said Dark Warrior is already, but does the same thing. And also other decks such as Samurais, such as Goki, all these decks that basically have cards that are enablers to essentially get rid of the cards from your opponent's hand, and also can gain tons of resources no matter what, because of all the cards essentially have an effect that will boost your advantage, plus also having a card like Phoenix Blade, which says, I banish 2 warriors from the graveyard to add this card to my hand, then gain more discard for the Topologic Gumblar Dragon. Now, this card does need to go. It's a card that is another route for the Roingo decks, and being another route for Roingo decks isn't fair at all, because essentially where we're going towards in the game is we're in a point in the game where if you don't get rid of all these degenerate combos, you don't get rid of all of these things that say, oh, I'm going to FTK you, I'm going to OTK you, I'm going to stop you from being able to play the game, it's not going to be fair, and it's essentially going to make the game a lot more stale. It's going to make it a lot more enjoyable. It's going to make it so you don't want to play the game, and it's going to make it so the game isn't enjoyable in whatsoever, just like I said a second ago. And being a game that really strives on fun and enjoyability is something that cards like this takes away, and that's what the ban list is for, because there are already cards on the ban list that are banned because of, they say, discard, such as Delinquent Duo as one, and another card, Trap Dust Shoot, which says discard. Just cards in general that say discard from your opponent's hand, and this is a card that is on this kind of on the same level as them, but it is a hand loop card, and there's also been hand loops in the past that have been hit, such as the X-Saber hand loop, which used Rescue Cat, and they banned Rescue Cat to stop that, and now it's rotted, so it's I don't think you can do it anymore. And there's also been the wind-up hand loop, which essentially used the wind-up carrier to with wind-up rat to essentially keep looping cards out of your opponent's hand. So there are there is history of hand loops being banned as well, and this is another reason why the card needs to go, because basically having the ability to 6-card hand loop an opponent, having the ability to take all the cards from your opponent, make it so they can't play the game, and just leave them nothing, is not fair. It's not a fun strategy, and it's something that essentially takes away from the game. And I know we're in a format where we're dealing with Striker, All Guys, Thunder Dragons, decks that essentially say, well, I'm going to build a board, can you break it? No, yes, well, I guess I win if you can't. But having a card that really does say you can't play the game isn't fair. And sure, you could hit other cards. You could hit the Neos Connector that summons the Dolphin from the deck, that gives you the additional 2 discards. Or you could hit, like, Summon Sorceress, which is an enabler for the deck. Or you could hit Isolde, which is another enabler for the deck. But Gumblar is one of the key problems. It's like Ron Gomniad. You need to ban the problem at hand. You need to ban the main source of the issue. Otherwise, things will just keep coming up. And if you don't ban Gumblar, then there will still be opportunities to 4-card hand loop. There'll still be opportunities to 2-card hand loop. And it's something that isn't really fair in the game. But guys, that's just my personal thoughts and opinions. I feel like Gumblar needs to be banned. I feel like it needs to die. I feel like Konami needs to deal with it. Hopefully Konami see this, but all of these are my own thoughts and opinions. Hopefully you guys can agree with me. Hopefully you guys have your own thoughts and opinions that differ to mine. If you do, tell me that in the comment section below. Tell me if something else needs to be hit. Tell me if Gumblar should be hit. Tell me if you think something different. Personally, I feel like it needs to be banned, but obviously everyone is different. But if you enjoyed the video as well, don't forget to tell me what your thoughts in the comment section below about it were. If you want to see more, if you enjoyed the video and want to see more Konami fix the ban list, don't forget to press the like button. If you want to see more future Yu-Gi-Oh content like this in the future, such as discussions, deck profiles, duel videos, don't forget to press the subscribe button to get that content in your subscription box. And also, guys, don't forget to press the notification button to be notified of any video that I upload, any at all, and press the notification button also to be notified of my streams that are normally at 8 PM UK time, on Thursday afternoons. But yeah, guys, this is my personal thoughts and opinions on Gumblar Dragon. I feel like it should be banned. It definitely does deserve it. It definitely does warrant it, and there are definitely reasons on the ban list already, cards that are on the ban list that basically do the same thing. But guys, that's the end of the video. Thank you for watching, and I will see you guys next time. Bat1 signing out. Gumblar needs to go. Thanks for watching, guys, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe on this video for more Yu-Gi-Oh videos. And check out the links in the description for the previous video and the link to my Facebook page where you can see previous videos that I've posted there and any other information that I may have posted there. I hope to see you guys next time, and thanks for watching.